What happens when a paradise island loses its main source of income overnight? In the case of the Maldives, it led to a diplomatic crisis, a social media uproar, and a potential economic fallout. Here's what went down. It all started with a series of derogatory comments made by 3 junior ministers from the Maldives on social media about Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. These remarks, though personal in nature, were not taken lightly by the Indian public, sparking outrage and calls for a boycott on various social media platforms. Within days, the effects were palpable. Indian tourists, who had been one of the largest contributors to the Maldivian economy, started cancelling their travel plans en masse. Travel agents were recommending alternative destinations such as the Indian archipelago of Lakshadweep, a location similar to the Maldives in terms of its scenic beauty. In a matter of 2 days, there was a 40% drop in bookings to the Maldives. This sudden boycott threatened the Maldivian economy, as tourism accounts for nearly 1/3 of the country's income. To put it into perspective, India drove $380 million worth of tourism to the Maldives in the previous year. The exact losses are difficult to estimate, but with millions of dollars at stake, the impact could be significant if the boycott continues. In response to the escalating situation, the Maldivian government suspended the ministers whose comments sparked the controversy. However, this did little to soothe the situation, as the Confederation of All India Traders called for a continued boycott until an official apology was issued. This situation underscores the travel industry's exposure to geopolitical affairs and the impact of social media outrage. It also raises questions about the diplomatic relations between India and the Maldives, 2 countries that have relied on each other for food, infrastructure, and technological advancement. The tension between the 2 nations has been ongoing, with the Maldivian president expressing a desire to reduce India's influence in the country. Some argue that India's coercive diplomatic action could push the Maldives further towards China or another regional power. To summarize, a few derogatory social media comments have led to a massive boycott, threatening the economic stability of a paradise island. It's a stark reminder of the power of social media and the potential consequences of diplomatic missteps. Whether the Maldives can recover from this setback remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the impact of this boycott will be felt for a long time to come. Let's take a moment now to visualize the key players in this unfolding drama. First, we have Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, whose response to the situation is being keenly watched. Next, we move on to the Maldivian ministers, who inadvertently sparked this controversy. Their words have had far-reaching consequences, affecting not just them, but their entire country. The outrage in India has been palpable, with people from all walks of life participating in protests against the Maldives. Here are some images that capture the scale of these protests. And lastly, we have the Indian Foreign Minister, who is tasked with managing the diplomatic fallout. It's a delicate balancing act, to say the least. These are the faces behind the headlines, the individuals whose actions and decisions are shaping this ongoing saga.